This is the week of April 28th, 2014. We've moved beyond the full moon lunar eclipse that happened on the 15th, and the exactitude of the Grand Cardinal crossed at 13 degrees of the cardinal initiating signs of last week, and we may have revelations that point us in a new direction. The facts may be slow to emerge, and yet the seed has been planted in some manner. However, we are not out of the woods yet. We begin the week with a solar eclipse that follows as the new moon eclipses the sun at 9 degrees Taurus. Eclipses reveal that which we may have chosen to ignore or bring to light an event or prospect that appears to be most fortuitous sometimes. Their influence can occur before the eclipse or up to roughly 6 months after, so it may be wise to track events and circumstances in your own personal spheres to see how things pan out, unfold. And no, it doesn't mean the sky is falling. This is a common misconception. You may have overlooked something, or you may have been enlightened by an idea that comes your way. This may be a deepening of your awareness, like an epiphany that suddenly casts a new light on a matter in your life. We certainly could use a collective epiphany as the world swirls into what seems like an all too familiar pattern of war and aggression. Events may play out on the world stage that involves weather and other natural activity as well. This is a very propitious time. Interestingly enough, we have Mercury circling near this solar eclipse, and words, communication, research, and the like may be figured very prominently. Mercury is a lively, fast-moving orb that represents how we engage in dialogue and the intellectual challenges. Of course, because it moves fast, the influence may be fleeting, yet it can still be quite profound at that moment of impact. All of this activity will impact most of the fixed signs, notably Taurus, where the eclipse occurs, along with Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Since we are a composite of all the signs as they appear in our charts, as scenes in a play, it is wise to understand the house in which the eclipse occurs, because that is where you're most likely to see the action. By this point, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, and Pluto have all moved out of direct alignment to each other. There's still some lingering aspects, yet there's still quite a lot of activity, even though this current iteration, so we should not choose to ignore them. By week's end, we will see Venus step into Aries, where it will move into an eventual opposition to Mars. But we will discuss that in next week's segment. These are very potent times, and we are witnessing it it is wise that we turn to each other in community and build a strong local bond. The community bond can't be overemphasized. This is where we really find our truest action. Listen each Friday morning to Turning of the Wheel on Awakening Zone Radio at 11 o'clock. I've got great guests, great topics, information you can use. And you can call me, 978-393-1036, or write to me for a reading at chris@chrisflisher.com. My website is www.chrisflisher.com or www.turningofthewheel.com, and I'll speak to you all next week. Watch out what happens this week. It's going to be a lively one.